Hello student, welcome to standard 9th history. We are studying chapter 4th of economic development, part 5. In the previous lecture, my dear student, we have studied the 4th and 5th 5 years plan. In the 4th 5 years plan, we have studied that the priority was given to self-reliant. In the 5th 5 years plan, priority was given to India's to become economic self-sufficient and to alleviate poverty. Now let us begin the 6th 5 years plan. 6th 5 years plan began in the year 1980 to 85. This plan also stressed upon alleviation of poverty and employment generation. So alleviation of poverty means गरीबी के दूर करो, गरीबी हटाओ, and to create employment opportunities for the youngsters, for the people who are unemployed. This plan had the following objectives. Number 1, significantly increase the growth rate in the economy, reduce the rate of poverty and employment. So it was targeted already, I told you, alleviation of poverty and employment of generation. So to reduce the rate of poverty ko ghatao and create an employment opportunities, shape and implement a population policy so that people adopt a small family norms voluntarily and thus keep the population under control. So this was also another norm, another aim of this 6th 5th year plan, to start the family planning norms. Let people adopt voluntarily these norms so that population control is there in the country. The following programs were implemented in the 6th 5 years plan. Integrated Rural Development Program IRDP, Rural Landless Employment Guarantee Program. So those people who were landless, who doesn't have farmland and they have to do farm work in the others field, for them Rural Landless Employment Guarantee Scheme or the program was implemented. So guarantee was given for them. Then National Rural Employment Program NREP and Salem Steel Plant. Steel plant was a huge plant. This Salem Steel Plant was started. We can have a look of steel plant here. Yes, so they are quite huge plants. So in this way, this is Bhilai steel plant. In the same way, a large number of people keeps on working in this plant. So Salem steel plant was started. So in this way, 6th 5 years planning was done, and this was started in 1980 to 85. Now let us study the 7th 5 years plan. The 7th 5 years plan, it began in 1985 to 90. This plan laid stress on food, employment and productivity. So availability of food, employment opportunity and productivity to produce more and more things. The objective of the plan includes development, modernization, self-reliance, social justice, improving the technique of production. Either in the agriculture production you improvise, as well as industrial production you improvise. So improve the technique, bring the latest technique in the production to achieve an yearly increase in national income of 5% and increase food grain production. So these were the norms at that time to increase food grain, increase in the agriculture, industrial production, and modernization, self-reliance, and to modernize everything. So this was the main target, main objective of 7th 5 years plan. The following programs were started in this plan. So let us see what was started in this plan. Number 1, Jawahar Rozgar Yojana. Those who are jobless, unemployed, for them Jawahar Rozgar Yojana. Through this, the employment was given to the people, needy people in the villages. Secondly, India Awas Yojana. Third, scheme of 10 lakh wells. So at that time, realization was there that the farmer, if they are provided water for agriculture purpose, then they can produce more and more things. And one of the target was modernization and development. So if farmers are given wells in their own field, then they can draw the water by the pump and do the agriculture. So automatically the production will increase, and therefore 10 lakh wells to be given to the different farmers. Then 7th plan proved to be important from the point of view of employment generation. So it created a lot of employment and many people were employed, and therefore the production grew during those 5 years. Let us move on to the 8th 5 years plan. So 8th 5 years plan was started in the year 1992 to 97. This plan gave a lot of scope to the private sector. Now you see, these were the year 1991. At that time, we know Soviet Union was disintegrated. Natija, that the Cold War came to an end. Because of that, Cold War came to an end, and then globalization started, privatization started. So this plan is important from that point of view. This plan gave a lot of scope to the private sector. So private sector was given importance. This plan had the following features: to maintain the rate of growth in national income at 6.5%, to control the growth of population, to encourage the program of family planning, to remove illiteracy by expansion of primary education. So these were the important features during that time, those 5 years. The following programs were started during this plan. Number 1, Pradhan Mantri Rozgar Yojana. So again, employment was created to the unemployed people. Mahila Samruddhi Yojana. So this was for the women, for the Mahilas. Rashtriya Samajik Arthik Sahaya Yojana. So those people who want to get developed in the economically by starting any any scheme, any program, then such people were helped. Midday meal scheme. Midday meal scheme was started in the school because we wanted to spread education among among the masses, in the downtrodden people, to the downtrodden people in the remote villages. And these village students, these village people would not come for the work, I'm sorry, would not go to school to attend the school. Why? Because their parents used to go to the farmland. They either used to look after the children at home, their own brothers and sisters. That was one thing, and or some children were busy taking their cattle in the field to look after the cattle. So in this way they were busy with. And if we if they are told to send the children to the school, they used to refuse, because they used to say that if they won't work, what they will eat. And therefore, from this point of view, midday meal scheme was started. The next scheme was Indira Mahila scheme and Ganga Kalyan scheme. So such schemes were started for people who are in needy, and through them lot of economic help was given to the people. During the 8th plan, the importance of the private sector grew. This plan is a reflection of liberalization and free market policy adopted in 1991. So in this way, country was moving towards progress during this time. So let us see now. We will study the 9th 5 years plan. So let us study the 9th 5 years plan. This was started in the year 1997 to 2002. This plan focused on agriculture and rural development. Again, rural development was given priority, agriculture was given the priority. The objective of this plan were to increase the rate of growth of the economy. So economy growth rate has to grow higher. Number 2, create healthy competitions in the infrastructure sector. Infrastructure sector has to be create healthy competition. Next, give a new direction to industrial policy for ensuring foreign investment. So that new direction, through the new direction, foreign investors to come in our country, and they invest their money in the production, so that country's economy grows. The following schemes were started during this plan. Swarna Jayanti Shahari Rozgar Yojana. So Rozgar was created in the cities, metropolitan cities or cities, and through this scheme, Swarna Jayanti Shahari Rozgar Yojana. Number 2, Bhagyasri Child Welfare Policy. So children welfare policy was implemented at that time. Then Raj Rajeshwari Mahila Kalyan Yojana. Next, Swarna Jayanti Gram Swarozgar Yojana. So through this Swarna Jayanti Gram Swarozgar Yojana, those people who want to start their own business in the villages, they were given guidance, they were given economic help, bank loans, etc. Jawahar Gram Samruddhi Yojana, Antodaya Anna Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana. So such schemes were implemented during this time, and through this lot of development was expected through the Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana. The highways were started from Delhi to to Delhi to Delhi to Kolkata, Kolkata to Chennai, Chennai to Chennai to Chennai to Mumbai, Mumbai to back Delhi. So in this way, schemes were implemented, and then lot of progress, lot of development was achieved. So in this way, we have studied so far 9 5 years plan, my dear student, and from each plan, dear student, our target was to have economic development. So in this way, we have studied economic development. That's all for time being. Now in the next lecture, we are going to study nationalization of bank. Till then, goodbye and have a nice time.